3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so yeah, 96 exits is basically the 100% category in this game. So we're going to be seeing Akisto here complete every level in every intended method. There are some different categories that arguably complete a little bit more of the game, but yeah, this is the most widely accepted 100% category of Super Mario World. Cool game, lots of categories, so you know, there's a lot of different stuff. But yeah, here we're in World 1. There's not going to be that much interesting stuff happening. One thing to note is that you're going to be seeing him avoiding any power-ups until we get to the first castle. The reason for that being that there's a jump in the first castle that's a little bit easier if you're small Mario. There's not really much more to it than that. It's just a little bit more consistent. And yeah, getting damaged does lose some time, so that's why I want to avoid that. This level is honestly one that trips up a lot of new players. It's got some pretty tight platforming, but yeah, with any veteran runners of the game, they'll have played this so much. I doubt we're going to see any problems here. And even if we do, it's usually not that bad to back up. But yeah, you want to walk on these moving platforms as much as possible, because they actually start moving forward a little bit as soon as you land on them, and that gives you a little bit of extra speed. And if you do that properly, you get a 2:59 on the in-game timer, as we can see right here. So that was very good. I'm going to move on to Yoshi's Island 4. This level has a trick called Shell Jump, which is actually really hard. I'm not sure if he's going to go for it.
I don't even know how to do it 5 years later.
Okay, so no Shell Jump. It saves a little bit of time. I think it saves like 1 second on the in-game timer or something.
0.2 seconds real life.
But yeah, it's something that you're going to see more in like the super short categories like 11 Exit, where you know the world record is so optimized that that actually matters. But yeah, in this category, it's not really a big deal. And it would be silly to reset in World 1 over such a thing. But yeah, here's that jump I was talking about. It's really easy to get hit by that Koopa if you're big. And here, just going to see some net climbing. And coming up is the first door in the run. And believe it or not, doors are actually hard in this game. If you're running at full speed, which we may be referring to as P-speed throughout the run, in reference to the mechanic in Super Mario Bros. 3. In this game, it's pretty much the same thing, except there's no visible P meter, but it still works in very much the same way. But yeah, seeing the flower pick up here. Flower is a very useful power-up, mainly for boss fights. So let's see here. Nice and quick boss kill there. And that finishes up World 1.
So the reason why we use the Japanese version is because save states and switch palaces for some reason are slightly faster. No gameplay affected at all, except yeah, you can eat dolphins on the Japanese version, but it's never used.
Yeah,
we don't even have Yoshi in that stage for this category anyways.
Yeah, eating dolphins is a swag strat in some categories. There are a few minor differences in some levels, like there's one level where there's an extra power-up in the international release, but again, it's usually not really relevant for the speedrun. But yeah, here we're going to be seeing our first cape pickup, and ideally we are never going to lose the cape power-up except for switching it out for flower when we're going to be fighting bosses. The cape is extremely overpowered in this game. We're going to be seeing about 30 levels, I think, that are going to be mostly flown over. Now, there's actually some interesting mechanics with the cape in that whenever Mario is running at full speed in this game, the speed that he's running at is constantly oscillating, so it's switching between like 3 or 4 different values. And you can actually lock your speed value by not holding the right button. And if you're flying with the cape, then you don't lose any speed when doing that. So you want to lock the speed at the highest possible value, and that can actually save a lot of time throughout the entire run. And here's the thing about underwater levels. If you have an item You swim a lot faster, so go up into that dry room to get the shell. And we can go through this level a lot faster that way. And P-switch, same thing. As long as you have an item, you swim fast. And that's actually really tricky too. Just throw it up and keep it in order to maintain speed.
Another thing is that the cape actually has 2 speed values that the running speed does not have. So you can actually cape faster than running.
Let's see. What strat are we going to see here? Oh. That is actually a very difficult strat. Probably didn't look that way, but you need to like take off very quickly and then do a very quick turnaround. Otherwise you don't get enough height to get up onto that top platform. And that's actually the only exit in the game that requires the use of a cape. As long as you're not using any like of the glitches that are banned in most of the categories in this game. There's something called the Orb Glitch, which can be used to get a lot of different exits in a very cheesy way, but it's banned in most categories.
It's only allowed in categories where you don't beat Bowser, except for 11 exits, where all glitches are allowed, except Ace.
Yeah, so now we're going to be picking up the second exit in this world, and we saw it already in Donut Plains 1, but there's keyholes in this game, and those are usually they're either kind of hidden or they have some sort of tricky thing going on. So here you actually have to make sure you get there while the P-switch is active, otherwise you're not going to be able to get it. And yeah, that's the secret exit, so now we go to Donut Ghost House.
And what he's going to be doing in here is a thing called cape cancelling. So as you can see, he starts gliding with the cape and gets hit, and he has a few invincibility frames.
Yeah, another reason why the cape is overpowered. If you get hit while caping, you just get some invincibility, and you don't actually lose your power-up. But yeah, something to note here is that these boo rings, their rotation actually carries over between levels, so since we're going to be doing this level twice, because it has 2 exits, and here's Big Boo. It's a pretty easy boss fight, not much going on. Just hit him with blocks 3 times. But yeah, you want to do this level properly so that you get a good boo ring for the next time, and there's also some levels later on in the run that have boo rings.
So if you're too slow, you end up messing up the rotation of the boo rings for the rest of the run.
Exactly. For the next exits, you would need to slow down. So if you're slow in the first exit, you have to slow down in the second exit.
Gonna be seeing that right now. It was a good
Should have been good, yes.
yeah, good first run through, so actually did not need to cape cancel there.
No.
I always really liked how this exit looks, like execution wise. Just fly up like this under the door.
Beautiful.
It looks really sketchy.
So the pit is actually further down, so you can actually be off screen and not touch the pit. And when you start like flying or with P-speed like that, you have 80 frames takeoff, so you can fly upwards for 80 frames. That's why I could fly up again from the pit.
So yeah, this level actually has a couple of pipes that go up all the way to the top of the screen, and we're going to be seeing this in a few different levels throughout the run. What that means is that you need to be flying off the top of the screen, otherwise you're going to be hitting these pipes, and yeah, you're going to fall down and can potentially lose a lot of time, and if you're not careful can cause you to die, which would be very bad, because power-up management is really important in this run. You really don't want to end up losing your power-ups. There are certain stretches in the run where there are very small amounts of backup power-ups that you can get, and yeah, as we discussed, the cape is pretty vital in this run, so you really want to keep it. This takeoff is pretty tricky, but it gets it. Very nice. And then the rest of this level is just a pure flyover. But yeah, these clouds and these coins, like, they can all be used as visual cues in order to get the right flight speed, otherwise known as fast fly. And it's something that it's pretty tricky to pick up on. You basically have to be able to pick up on like sub-pixel speeds
It's different from TV to TV as well, so it's really hard to learn from a TV I've never used before.
You get a sense for it, but it's hard. So here we're going to be picking up Yoshi. We're going to be needing Yoshi in order to do a few skips in the next world. So let's see how the Yoshi grab goes here. Not expecting any trouble. There we go. And yeah, Yoshi can't ordinarily fly in the same way that Mario does. He can, but it's a glitch and it can only be pulled off in certain places.
Which we'll hopefully see later.
Indeed. So yeah, you're gonna have to land and take off a few times whenever you're on Yoshi with the cape. And with that, we're gonna be heading into Castle 2, and this is actually a really tricky level, so I'm gonna be silent for this. I think it speaks for itself. It looks really cool.
So what he's doing here is he's exiting through the pipe he came in, just to skip the entire bonus area. For some reason, you don't actually have to go through the end of the bonus area. You can just walk straight back out.
Grabbing that spring is pretty tricky. You need to take off right before it, but still pick it up. And then we're going to see the switch to the flower, because it's faster for the boss fight.
Nice.
And a spring throw there, very good.
And that's why we use flower. You just have to shoot 2 fireballs and stomp on him, and the boss dies. If you just stomp on him, he's going to go small, and it's a tiny animation before start walking again. You can hit him.
Yeah, I think if you only use fireballs, you need to hit him like 5 times?
3 times.
Oh, also 3 times?
Yes. But flower saves, I think, 4 seconds or 3 seconds. Per boss, except for Ludwig's, where it's 14 seconds, I think. 12.
Yeah, because Ludwig has a different attack that he does in between cycles. Alright, so coming up is Wings, and we're going to be seeing this in a few places throughout the run. This is probably one of the harder ones, not the hardest, but this one's pretty tricky because there's a lot going on. But yeah.
So what he's going to be doing is he's going to be using the shell to duplicate the block up above the bottom half of the coin. And then when he grabs the coin, it changes the value of that space and turns it into a block with wings.
That was really good, by the way. That was like first try everything.
That was perfect.
The reason that works is that the block containing the key is actually has the same value in the game as the block that contains the wings, and also the block that contains the P balloon. So if it's and which of those items that block actually holds depends on its X position. So if you duplicated one block to the right, it contains a different item.
Getting a bit unlucky here.
Yeah, we're trying to get a Yoshi clip here. Okay, so
Subpixels is messed up. So it's sort of RNG, you know? Alright.
Nice.
Alright, there we go. That's another trick that we're going to be seeing in a few more places in the run. But yeah, that trick is really annoying because it's based on subpixels, and it's actually not 100% consistent. Even if Mario's subpixel is perfect, there's still only 3 out of 4 frames that you can actually get inside of the wall. So if you just get a little bit unlucky and you try to go in on the wrong frame and yup! That's frame perfect, jumping on the switch like that.
Also, just a quick note that we are, during this stream, we are collecting donations for Save the Children. So if you donate, mark your donation comment with hashtag #SecondStream or Stream2 or whichever, we'll find it. And we'll read your donation live, here.
Alright, so here we're seeing the first diversion from the world record route. Akisto uses his own route, which places a few things earlier in the run that are hard. It loses a little bit of time, but it's a very good run for RTAs. And as for subpixels, it's basically that the game calculates positions more accurately than the pixels that are on screen. So, for instance, Mario's running speed can be 48 subpixels, and every pixel has 16 subpixels.
I just did crouch fly there, which is frame perfect.
Nice. But yeah, in that case, it would be 3 pixels per frame, but it can also be 49 subpixels, in which case it's slightly more than 3 pixels per frame. So every pixel is just divided into 16 different subpixels.
So he's doing this level again to unlock the real exit. The secret exit took him to Star Road. And if it's not already obvious, the levels on the map that are marked in red are the ones that have a secret exit.
Also, some ghost houses has 2 exits as well that you have to figure out yourself.
So each of those levels that have a secret exit and a real exit need to be played twice. So now he's about to enter Kappa Mountain.
This is a very boring part of the run, where we just tap left.
Yeah, up here on the top route of World 3/World 4, there's mainly just flyovers, and there's actually also the longest autoscroller in the game, so with the regular route, this part of the run is about halfway in, so it's like a nice little break from all of the action, and you know, allows you to regain your composure a little bit if you're getting nervous or whatever. But yeah, in Akisto's route, we're going to be tackling it early, so we're going to get that out of the way, and then the rest of the run is going to be exciting all the way through.
Now we're gonna see some dolphins.
But not eating them.
No.
Unfortunately, Yoshi is slow in this section.
Actually,
And
in the international releases of Mario Advance 2, I think Yoshi could eat the dolphins. I think it's if you're riding Yoshi as Mario, he eats the dolphins and he swallows them straight away. But if you're riding Yoshi as Luigi, he eats them and he can actually spit them back out. Which is interesting.
That is interesting, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they actually had to like draw all new graphics for enemies like being spat out. Even though dolphins aren't enemies, but
Yeah, dolphins are your friends.
except in Kaizo X.
Indeed. Yeah. This is the only water fortress in the game. It's not that difficult.
Swimming in Super Mario World is very simple compared to a lot of games, and
Yeah, you just need to make sure to hold down on the D-pad, and then it becomes really easy to control Mario.
yeah, and if you need to swim up, just release down. Alright, RNG boss soon.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing Reznor, or Buibui, as he's called in Japanese. And the thing about Reznor is that his fireballs are random, so if you're lucky, he's kind. If you're unlucky, you get hit. Ooh.
They have a weird hitbox as well. I should have been hit there, but
Yeah, that was really lucky.
Nice. Yeah, boy.
as long as you can grab your flower there and continue killing them if you get hit, there's no problem because there is a backup cape in this auto-scroller.
Yeah, this level's completely an auto-scroller, so losing cape on that Reznor specifically is not a big deal.
If there are any donations, now would be the time.
No donations yet. They all seem to be going to the mainstream. But yeah, like I said, if you guys donate, we will read your comment live on stream, and they're all going to a good cause, which is the Save the Children Foundation.
The thing about this level is, especially with the normal route, where it's like in the middle of the run, it's very tempting to just kind of start goofing around or doing some swaggy stuff. Pretty much every good runner has lost runs on this level just because they messed up on accident. Actually, we've seen it happen even in the tournament that was recently held in the community. There was a tournament for the No Cape No Star World category where you need to carry Yoshi throughout this level. And we saw some runners losing their Yoshi here, and it's quite unfortunate.
The best death so far in this stage is still Author Blues duplicating coin blocks, making him unable to jump up here.
Poor Olaf.
That block is actually not there. There is a one up next to it to the left, but if you juke it to the right, you get a vine block going up to heaven, leads you nowhere.
Alright, and that's the auto-scroller done with.
Didn't hit the Brahms. Brahms hole. People have died there.
Nah, the Bram's hole is in Soda Lake.
Brahms has died there as well.
Where hasn't he died? I love Brahms. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Alright, so last flyover here for a while. So we're going to be heading into Castle 4.
Which is quite technical stage.
Yeah, really cool level. Pretty hard.
And I'll actually be playing without the cape for a while.
Brahms is a good kid, not a good. Cape cancel there. Getting flight very quickly, so you can damage boost past that spike ball and chain.
And he's using Fire Flower here so that he's actually able to control his falling speed properly while he's jumping over those pits.
It's actually faster to cape that room, but I'm just inconsistent at doing it, so I'm using flower. Most
Yeah.
people actually use cape to do that room.
Recently, we've seen more runners just opting to do that room with the flower, because it's just more consistent and barely loses any time.
Because if you get 51 fly when you're caping those potaboos, usually not very nice.
Yeah, it's really easy to hit them.
And also he wanted to go for the quick boss kill, which is shooting them with 2 fireballs first and then a stomp, which instantly kills them.
Otherwise you have to wait like 12 seconds. He goes into his shell and walks back and forth for a while until he jumps up again. But
And sometimes he can jump off screen.
yeah, that. So let's pray to RNG Jesus. We have a lot of RNG coming up.
Well, it's not technically RNG, but it's definitely luck. Like, when it comes to these frame rules, it's impossible to be consistently hitting the frames. But yeah, I think here we're going to be seeing FOI1 Wings, which is another Wings glitch, and this one is actually a little bit different. Here we're going to be seeing a diagonal block dupe if everything goes well, and that's really tricky to pull off, and it's frame rule dependent.
And what we just saw there for a moment was Akisto jumping on Yoshi while still in cape mode, and maintaining the flight mode. I'll shut up for a second.
No, was unlucky.
Ah,
He maintained his flight mode while he landed on Yoshi in midair, so he was able to do a, what do you call it, a flight slam?
Yeah, it's a ground slam.
Yeah,
which
while
you
still
would do
on
with
Yoshi.
dive bombing with the cape.
Yeah, dive bomb, which is usually only possible on his own.
so yeah, we saw there the block was duped up instead of up left, so we got a P-balloon because the X-coordinate was different, and unfortunately it didn't manage to save the shell, otherwise I could have tried for it again. But here we're going to be seeing another Yoshi clip, and we're going to be Yoshi clipping twice in this level.
Messed
Or
up.
3 times.
So now Yoshi's subpixel is messed up, and I have no idea what kind of subpixel he has. Probably a bad one, since I got clipped out. No.
Alright, there we
nice.
go. Not too bad. You can really get messed up here. Like,
We don't like Yoshi, so we try to kill him as much as we possibly can.
And the reason he grabs this throw block here is because, well, obviously it just makes him swim faster.
But it's you can't swim too high, or you're gonna swim inbound.
yeah, you really don't want to go back inbounds there. It loses a lot of time. This level's like really like windy. It's kind of like an underwater maze. So it takes a long time to swim through. Another Switch Palace. All of these are straightforward. Let's see if we can get another Yump.
Nope.
Ah, no Yump.
But I managed to cape the palace this time instead.
That's something.
Yeah, when he enters the pipe with full P speed, after he comes out of the pipe, he has a few frames. How long?
When you start jumping with P-speed, you get 80 takeoff frames, and those frames continue through the pipe as well.
So that when he emerges on the other side, he has a brief moment where he can actually continue flying.
Yeah, you can do the same thing on doors. We may be seeing that in a few spots later on as well.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah, door flies are difficult. So.
Bowser's Castle.
So I spit out the shell there to reduce lag. For some reason it reduces lag. And we have to do that Yoshi clip twice. That's why we don't like that stage.
Yeah. So this level actually has an insanely difficult trick that can be done to clip through the ceiling here and immediately get to the doors. It's called the Forced Ghost House clip. Pretty much no one does it in like serious attempts. We've seen some people do it in runs where, you know, they're already like quite far behind, so they just go for it. And, you know, people have gone it in RTAs, but it's a really difficult thing to do, and currently not required at all to get world records, so most people aren't going to be going for it.
And it's perfect for my route because it's the hardest trick in the game, and I do it early. Alright, oops. Didn't enter the stage. So the reason why I dismount Yoshi in the ceiling there is just to change his subpixel.
Alright, there we go, first try. So yeah, if you do that subpixel manipulation that Akisto just mentioned, 3 out of 4 frames will work for getting inside the wall, so that's maximizing your chances of getting the clip.
If you don't do it, you have a 50% chance instead.
Yeah, and if you get a particularly bad subpixel, it's possible to have only 25% chance.
It's possible to have 0%. There are 2 subpixels that gives you 0% chance to clip.
Oh, there you have it. I was unaware. Right, so now we're going to continue to Force of Illusion 3, and here you actually need to get the secret exit in order to continue like to the castle, so we're going to be collecting the normal exit first, and it will loop back to the ghost house. Yeah.
Let's pretend we're flying fast, because I have no idea on this TV.
It's pretty hard.
It's difficult trying out a new TV.
I can't tell either. Like, I'm not very good
it's
at
slow.
I'm not good at telling
It's not
flight
the
speeds.
slowest, but it was slow.
Yeah. Dirty bubble, by the way.
It became a meme because at first people thought it was like a 2 or 3 frame window to jump before the bubble. It saves a few frames. You start caping earlier, but someone tested it out in an emulator, and it turns out it was 6 frames, so it's actually free.
So yeah, this is basically the exact same thing, except you just go to the other door here. It's just the exact same level twice. Alright, so now we're going to be seeing him heading towards the fortress that is right outside the forest.
2 more stages.
Yeah, well, we're heading in the direction of it. Yeah. FOI4, this is like pretty tricky level sometimes. You kind of have to, like, okay, some people really like to stomp on this Lakitu, but it can be risky. And I've seen some people mess up here, so...
I learned my lesson. He cape cancelled me once. I don't touch him anymore.
Yeah, you don't want that.
For some reason he can cape cancel you
Also,
sometimes.
this pit. I've seen people throw their key into that pit, and I've seen people die in that pit.
I've died in that pit. in a race, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I was so tired that I closed my eyes and I died.
Yeah, this level's similar to Donut Plains 3, where you have to kind of like be careful to get the flight at the start. But yeah, it's actually I think that's like the shortest flyover in the game. It's a really short level.
Well, almost.
Almost.
Star Roll 3.
Oh right. Well, that's not a flyover though, technically.
Top
But yeah.
secret area.
Top
No,
secret
yeah,
area
that
doesn't
one
need
is
to.
faster.
Yeah,
That
you
one
don't
is
need to
faster.
play that one though. That's not an exit.
So auto scroller.
Yeah, half of this level is an auto scroller.
Unlike Castle 1, these things that stomp you, they're on fixed position. I'm not entirely sure how the Castle 1 works, but they're not fixed. Not sure if they're on a global timer or if they follow Mario somehow.
Yeah, I've heard conflicting information when it comes to Castle 1. Yeah, it's actually possible to like kind of clip inside of those crushers if you're flying up against the left side of the screen. It's a pretty funny thing to do, but like it doesn't save any time or anything. Cape cancel. And another Reznor fight.
Uh-oh.
I have to wait for that fireball.
Whoa.
Whoa!
He tried to take me down. But losing cape here is not too bad. I have a really fast backup cape on the next stage.
That was a really clutch fight, though.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Time for a quick donation here.
Sure.
Yeah, we got an anonymous $10 donation. Saying, the donation form didn't accept my $9.60. Can you get me 4 more exits? Yeah, we don't, currently we only accept multiples of $1. But, maybe I'll change that for next time so that people can get their, $4.20 donations in.
You can actually get some more exits with glitches. Sadly, I cannot give you 4, but I could give you 2 more extras after the run.
Yeah, what's
I don't know the other how to do.
what's the like max amount that you can get with all the glitches? Do you know? I think it's like A1 exit or something, right?
A2 maybe?
A2? I don't freaking know. But yeah, A is
It's
accidental,
101 I think or something, but I don't know how to do. I only know the 2 easy ones.
Dirty
And,
bubble.
and they only work in the Japanese version, by the way. It doesn't show up in the US or PAL version.
You can still do the exits, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
doesn't show up in the menu. Yeah.
Exactly. You can still start select out of them if you beat them.
Alright, so now I'm gonna be picking up the secret exit here. And you either need to be big for this one to get in, or you need to take a Goomba with you and do a Goomba clip to get through that block, which can be pretty tricky, so want to be careful with your power-ups there. Generally only an issue for newer players, of course, but you know, stranger things have happened. Right, this is a really cool strat.
The dive bomb.
Right through the fireballs.
Even the best players poop a little when they do that.
It's not free, but at the
He
same
tried
time.
to snipe me.
Ooh. Got the dodge though.
So when I jumped there from caping, I kept my momentum by not touching the D-pad, even if I did not have P-speed.
Right, and that wraps up World 5.
As long as you don't touch your D-pad when you're jumping, you can actually, if you're jumping on the first frame when you land, you can keep your speed the entire time.
Yeah, that's actually a technique that's used a lot in tool-assisted speedrunning. You can get the like highest possible speed when running when you don't have a cape, and then just keep it through frame-perfect jumps. But yeah, obviously not RTA viable.
we're gonna enter a pipe here that's gonna give us slightly faster flying speed than you normally can. It's the only pipe that actually speeds up the game if I do it properly.
Yeah, this gives you like a 65 speed, I think.
64, I think it is.
Yeah, 64, whereas normally you'd have around 50. So, as you can see, he's going really fast here.
It saves 1 second over flying over the entire stage with fast flying speed. And it's not very difficult to enter that pipe.
Yeah, it's just another example of pipe fly, basically.
It's like when you enter any pipe or any doors with takeoff meter, you can jump and you still have takeoff meter and you can start caping to build up your speed faster. Alright, so this stage is gonna be difficult because the TV here is cut off and there is a pipe further into the stage that you don't see that might block me. Yeah.
Yeah, I got blocked there. Oh, we still managed to stay above the fishing buoy. That was really good.
Went for YOLO door, didn't get it.
But also didn't die, so it's all good. Right, and here, you can see another
Cape cancel that
cape
and
cancel.
spin jump up. So there we got door fly.
It's possible to do that strat without a cape, but then you need to give up your power up for it.
Alright, so you need to go fast here to get a key. Wait, what am I doing? Not going fast.
Yeah, this level has some interesting mechanics where you can get different rooms depending on how fast you are and how many coins you collect and how many dragon coins you collect. In order to get the secret exit, you just need to be fast.
You need to enter that pipe with the timer being 250 or above. This was the last exit I found when I was a kid because you weren't speedrunning back then. And I had no idea how that stage worked.
Yeah, that was just quite tricky to find.
So it leads you to this exit, which basically was my last exit then. Oh, that's
That worked
backup
out.
strat.
Are you gonna
Almost
go for it?
Sorry?
Are you gonna go for it?
Go for what?
The lava jump, the lava fall jump.
Now I don't know which jump you're talking about.
Yeah, me
Oh,
neither.
sorry,
but,
maybe it's
It's not-
different level, I think.
Okay. Anyway, listen, sorry about that. One of the donations got a little lost, thanks to PayPal. But we found it here. We got a $10 donation from Linkboss saying, "Here is a donation to be read by Pack. Greetings from the audience. Great to see an S&W run at ESA, and even more with the 96 exits. Save the children, kill the Yoshis, and go fast %."
Wow.
Thanks so much for your donation, Link Boss. Keep them coming in, guys, and we'll read them out. And remember, they're all going to a good cause, the Save the Children Foundation.
Alright, unlike the previous stage where we had to go fast, now we have to go slow, otherwise we'll get the secret exit again.
Yeah, and this actually gives an opportunity to collect an extra cape. Are you going to be picking that up?
Yes.
Alright, so here you need to get 21 coins, I think, in this room.
Yes.
And that will take you to a second room which has a free cape just laying around. I also want to pick up all the dragon coins here because it gives you a better last room.
And I enter as soon as the clock ticks over because the game resets the clock. So it's faster. And I don't pick up that coin because I aim for a different room because I don't have all switch palaces active.
Oh, right. Yeah. I hadn't considered that.
It's not slower.
If anything, it's slightly harder, maybe?
I didn't get PSP there. I turned around too early.
Okay. So no flight in this room.
Well,
Flying through this room is actually tricky, in my opinion. I've never been able to do it. You need to bounce on the enemies just right.
So what he's going to be doing here is a slam to kill off all of the enemies. Even though the enemies were still on the screen after he killed them, they were causing a lot of lag while they were alive because they've got collision detection active, whereas when they're dead, they just fall straight down, so there's a lot less lag.
And I do a neutral jump when I ground pound to keep my momentum.
So yeah, this is another level that's got pipes in the way. I want to be sure to fly over those. And here actually, first time around we're going to be collecting the regular exit, which will actually loop us back around to this level. And then for the secret exit, actually going to need to go over the gold tape here. Or under it, but going over is a little bit easier when you're flying up there anyway. But yeah, this is like, casually, it's a pretty trolly level, because you finish the level and then you're just like, oh, what? Go right back here.
Good stage.
But yeah, there are actually some signs in the level that are like pointing under the gold tape, I think, so...
Yeah.
It's not like it's completely impossible to find that on your own.
I think there is a blue shield there as well, in case you want to use Yoshi to fly it over.
Good game design right there. There we have it.
We never collect star points because they're useless.
Yeah, star points are actually a potential time loss as well, because if you collect 100 of them, you get a bonus game at the end of the level, so...
And it's just a complete waste of time.
Yeah, we don't need those 1-ups. This level's really hard. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, I got penciled. It's a good thing there's another backup cape there.
Yeah, it tends to... Luckily, it tends to work out like that, where there's backup capes in a lot of good places in this game.
Where you lose them, there is usually backup capes. Where it's easy to lose them.
Yeah. But yeah, there are some places where that's not the case, and if you end up making a dumb mistake, it can be really bad. Yeah, usually in like levels like this specifically, like here at the end, there's another green block. Now, Akisto doesn't have the green switch active, so wouldn't really have been much help to him, but in the normal route, you would have the green switch active.
And for some reason, Reznor in this fort never does anything. I don't know why.
Is that really...
They just look at you.
Is that a really thing? This guy never shoots fireballs, or...?
Never happened to me in any good runs, ever.
Huh.
Not sure why.
Reznor AI is a mystery. This level's not particularly hard, I think, but it does look cool in my opinion.
Yeah. I think it's Steven's favorite level.
Shoutouts to Steven. He's a really good player of this
Neutral
game.
jumping hype. So when you slide down, you accelerate, and then you can just not use your D-pad forward or left, and you keep that speed by just jumping.
We're gonna be seeing 292 pipe here.
Maybe.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
It's pretty tight to get that pipe, 92. So we pick up Yoshi here for a pair of Yoshi wings further in.
It's a really short level.
And they're clapping for us,
Yeah.
because we're so good.
The Chucks are bros, honestly.
Chucks are GDQ attendees.
Alright, Wendy's castle here. This is one of the harder levels in the game, arguably. There's a strat right here coming up called Crusher Skip. It's basically damage boosting through a Crusher like that. And that's really dangerous, because the Crushers, they actually don't really care about invincibility frames. Like, they can still kill you if they hit you. In a certain way, like if you hit the middle of them, so... It's pretty sketchy. And this room is some pretty precise flying to get through all the obstacles. It looks like we got no problems there, and then there's the Wendy fight. I don't like this fight, but people always say that I'm stupid for finding it hard, so...
With no cape, it's hard. With cape, it's easy. The other fight is way harder. which has different heights on the pipes.
Yeah, that can...
These fireballs, they always go in the same direction, basically.
Yeah, the Lemmy fight is a lot less predictable. But I find myself getting messed up on the Wendy fight more often than on the Lemmy fight, but I guess that's just something personal to me. But yeah, I don't really like either of those boss fights. They're too luck heavy.
Yeah, they can lose like 3-4 seconds if they spawn furthest away every time. Swimming stage hype with a lot of ghosts.
Yeah, there is actually something interesting going on in this stage. In the next room, want to slow down just the right amount. We're going to be seeing here, he's going to be getting hit twice by these boos coming up here. And as long as you don't mess it up. Okay, that looks good. Now, that puts him at the right position in order to make sure that this boo cloud here, it stays long enough that one of the boo rings at the end of the stage is actually going to disappear.
Right here.
Yeah.
So like,
nice.
We did them on purpose. We can't go any faster anyways.
That boo ring, I believe, resumes its position rotation that it was in the last time we saw it, which was in the Ghost House.
Indeed.
So I eat the shell there to actually reduce lag, because the sprite isn't rendered, but it still counts as a sprite in Yoshi's mouth.
Yeah, because the game has a sprite limit, so...
It saves about 0.5 seconds. It's almost a whole second.
Are we gonna do the thing?
Orb! No Sour Yoshi, unfortunately.
No. So like, that's the only stage where you legit can get something that just finishes the stage. Looks like a green orb with a question mark.
Yeah, the only legitimate orb. So safe. Right, Fob 1. This is a pretty cool stage. It's like with Yoshi, but in an enclosed space like this. These moles can actually be really bad. Like, if you don't have your tongue fully extended, when you eat them, their hitbox can actually hit Mario. You can lose your power-ups that way.
If you eat them too close, they hit Mario.
Yeah.
Even while you're on Yoshi, Mario will still take a hit.
Yeah, Wigglers can do a similar thing, and it's really annoying when it happens.
Especially when you're going at P-speed on Wrigglers. It's
Yeah.
really difficult.
Right, so here, I think is going to be the first occurrence of intended wings. We've seen some wings dupes before, but there are actually some wings in the game that are just placed there by the developers, and this is the first one we're going to be collecting.
Because you basically can't do the sandbar with Yoshi, in case you were going there with Yoshi.
Yeah, so that finishes up that level nice and easy. But we're going to be going back there later, because there's another exit there. And here's a door fly. That strat is really hard. Really nice.
No.
Oh.
Didn't get the slide. Nope. This is probably my most inconsistent trick.
There we go. That's a sexy slide.
So you land there on the very edge and just crouch and you slide under. Not the intended way.
No, you're supposed to use like a block snake, kind of like this one. But it's like a coin snake, I guess, and then you turn it into blocks by hitting a P-switch. Yeah, you can actually control those things. Okay, this level is really difficult.
The hardest stage in the game.
Yeah, the Magic Koopa here is luck. It's actual RNG.
So he scrolls the screen to the left here so that he can get the right cycle for those pencils so that he won't get hit.
Perfect stage.
That was really good. I think that deserves an applause.
I almost got screwed up by RNG. Magikoopa was spawning right in front of me.
Made it through.
Alright, so now we're gonna head out into Star World and eventually Special World.
Remember to keep the donations coming in, guys, if you want your comment to be read live on stream. And remember, we're collecting donations for the Save the Children Foundation.
So yeah, we've unlocked the front door to Bowser's Castle now, but there's actually a different entrance into the castle called Back Door, which is a lot faster, so that's the one that will be used at the very end of the game in order to beat the final level. But yeah, that won't be for a while. Whoops. Cheeky door fly.
Yep. The easiest door fly.
Oh god, we got a $3 anonymous donation saying, "Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?"
Who could that be?
We had to sing the whole song yesterday.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, me and Chrism and Fuzzy.
One hand.
Swag.
So like if you let go forward and just keep pressing B, you're gonna keep your momentum with Yoshi as long as he has a shell in it. There are so many different strats for that stage actually. I'm the only one who uses the shell to have in Yoshi's mouth. Most people do it regularly.
This is a really cool looking level in my opinion. It's fun to play as well.
It's the official meatball level.
Really tough casually to actually get the secret exit because you've got to take Yoshi all the way through.
Yeah, there is actually a Yoshi that we just passed up in the stage.
Yoshi
yeah.
eats his daily meatballs.
Nice.
So you can spit out the key while
Wow.
with Yoshi as long as it's in his mouth for some reason.
Yeah, I think all of us have, as kids at one point, we've, you know, done the thing where you spit out the key early and he goes, "Wow." But why is it bad to do that in a speedrun?
It's not.
I heard it loses time.
Dots told me it doesn't.
Dots
Because-
knows.
I think I trust Dots on this,
Yeah.
I thought it counted as a sprite, but he said that the sprites are already despawned while you're doing it. So I drop Yoshi there. We're gonna pick up a new Yoshi. The more Yoshis you kill, the better the run gets.
Fact.
So what Akisto is going to be doing here is zipping down through the blocks. Only 4 blocks can be spinning at a time. So if he tries to, if he spins any more with the cape, he gets pushed down and to the left. But he has to be careful not to do it too fast or he'll go too far under the screen and the game will think he reaches a pit and he will die.
Exactly. Soothing music.
Yeah, not much going on in this level. Just carrying little old baby Yoshi. And this time he actually gets to live, because it's faster.
I should have killed him.
Can't have it all.
No. And we get to kill Yoshi once again, turning him into a coin.
Rip. But Oh, yeah, most players would actually take the blue Yoshi there in the regular route, but Akisto's going to be picking up a yellow Yoshi.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, that's a hard strat. They're picking up a yellow Yoshi in Star World
Oh.
5 secret exit.
Messed up the zips.
Zips are not free. The thing that makes them tricky is that you need to be inside of the spinning blocks while you spin a different block, and the frame window for that
Ooh,
is
that was
kind of
close.
tight.
That was really close.
Yeah. That's the most dangerous one. The rest of them are all fairly safe. But it is possible to die on one of the others at least. It's just very unlikely.
Alright. Difficult stage.
I think Yoshi is canonically a dinosaur, because he lives on Dinosaur Island.
Nice.
There we go, yellow Yoshi strats.
Yep. So now we're going into Special World.
The S&W cartoon, I loved that as a kid.
Fireballs, yum.
Okay, so he's trying to dupe the block up to the bottom of the Yoshi coin again.
Oh, missing the shell,
nice. Nice,
shell
got it.
toss there.
Too bad we don't get to see more yellow Yoshi, because grabbing wings turns Yoshi always into blue.
Yeah, yellow and red Yoshi are, like, very rarely used in speedrunning this game.
Okay, so he's going to be doing the same trick again. He's going to be trying to get the P block into the...
Oh, that's really bad. Now I don't have a power-up as well.
No Yoshi,
I got
no
the
power-up.
wings, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of where. It's probably Star World 1.
Yeah, Star World 1 for the
Cape.
cape, and then
Yoshi somewhere.
Yoshi in Star World 2?
Probably, yeah. I got the wings, though.
Yeah, that strat's really hard, and actually got it, like, optimally. But yeah, that spring, it's... it can be really bad. Oh, wow, I actually didn't know you could just wait for it there.
Yeah, for Yoshi, for some reason when Yoshi eats a power-up, he just turns big.
Whenever I try to pick up that Yoshi, I always, like, pick him up and then struggle to get the star. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. It's a good strat.
Alright, let's try again. Alright.
There we go.
So like you have to land on the very edge of that spring, and the game is really laggy when you get so many wings.
Yeah, with the Wings Factory there, it can be really tricky. Yeah, it's
Wings
also...
Factory. Nice.
Yeah, that's legitimately what it's called. But, like, it can also be the case that you get the P-switch in there in between the blocks, but you don't get a Wings Factory, and in that case, you don't get the lag, so it's easier to get up, but then you have to spend some time scrolling the screen in order to kind of shift the position of the P-switch. And there's some legitimate wings again, by the way. But yeah, by switching the position of the P-wings, then you will be able to get the Wings Factory. Yeah, if you get it when you're up there, you just instantly collect wings.
The point of that glitch is that if Yoshi collects wings, he goes to a bonus area, which, when ended, just automatically completes the level. It's not the secret exit, though, is it? Or is it
No, it's the normal
Yeah,
exit.
normal exit. Okay, we're gonna be seeing a flower grab, hopefully.
Nice.
Very nice. That strat can be pretty tricky. Actually, earlier in practice, something called the double tongue glitch happened, which I don't really know.
Something with one hand.
I don't really know the specifics about that double tongue glitch, actually. So I don't know if
when
you want
you
to explain that.
when you get a power up on the same frame, you spit out your tongue. You get 2 tongues, and that's what we're gonna try and attempt here. Except it's way more complicated than that. And that's why I'm picking up the flower.
Oh boy.
Come on.
Got him!
Nice.
That's a really hard trick.
So what I just did was I spit out a boss that we killed with flower, and that finishes the stage way faster.
Yeah, that trick is called a boss kill. It can be done in 2 levels at least where it saves time. It can probably be done in more places, but I don't know if it saves time anywhere else.
And the reason the music stopped after that level completed is because on all levels, usually it's supposed to be a castle level where you finish a where you defeat a boss. The music stops until Mario moves on to the next level.
I see. So this stage is very laggy. I'm not sure if it's shown on screen, but it's because the water is like
It's another layer.
low tide thing that
Yeah.
walks up and down, causes a lot of lag.
And there were 3 layers at work there. There was the foreground, the layer 3 water, and the background as well.
Alright, so the last 2 levels here in Special World are just going to be flyovers. So there's not a lot to say about them, except for the fact that this level, without Cape, probably the hardest level in the game.
Second,
Second hardest, alright.
cheese bridge area.
Ah, yeah. But yeah, really tricky level. Really fun to play though, like I had a blast with that
Yeah.
level in my casual playthrough.
It is really fun to speedrun without cape as well.
Ooh, that's a nice flight strat there.
Yeah.
You get takeoff slightly earlier. So this stage is like normally fly above stage, but I try not to because there are hidden pipes or blocks, whatever there are. You'll hear them soon probably.
Yeah, there's one right here. Yeah, there you go. You can hear him
It
hitting
knocks
his
you
head.
down. So you have to be focused.
Then depending on how well the run is going, the game either lies to you here or it encourages you.
You are a super player. Well, minus the A on the Japanese version. The US version has a you are a super player.
Yeah, they corrected the English in the international release.
So beating special now turns the world like, I don't know, autumn stylish. And
Yeah.
some enemies change appearances and walk faster, and a lot more blue shells are spawned over the place.
Yeah, every red Koopa turns into a blue Koopa. So this actually will have some consequences later on in World 3.
And basically that's also one of the reasons why I'll do my route, because I'll have a blue shell I'll be able to use.
'96 exit means that he completes every level in the game, and even some levels have 2 exits, a normal exit and a secret exit. And in total, once all of those are completed, the file select screen will show 96. So it's basically 100%.
In the US version it shows a star if you have 96 exit. The Japanese version does not.
The PAL
And-
version, it turns blue, right?
Yeah, and have a star. Nope.
Ah. Right, we can still get 50% yumps. But yeah, 1 for 3 right now. So yeah, now we just need to do some overworld walking because all of these levels have been completed already.
And it's not faster doing those early on,
I forget the reason why.
because you have a cape.
Oh right, yeah, the cape in
cape is
Yoshi's Island
faster.
1 and Yellow
Exactly.
Switch, yeah. So here you have to fly low, because otherwise you'll end up bumping into that area where you get the secret exit.
Getting fast fly.
Yeah, it's very
Without even trying. Another auto-scroller we have to do twice, sadly. There is
Yeah.
one trick involved in the auto-scroller at the end, though.
Luckily, you kind of like don't play the entire auto-scroller because you go up into a pipe.
You
But yeah,
can
it's
have
pretty-
some fun
It's pretty far into the
with
level.
buzzy
Yeah.
beetles. And slopes are broken in this game, so you can throw things through slopes.
There's a lot of weird stuff you can do in this level. You gonna put this guy in the wall?
No, maybe. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, do some block dupes.
Get a backup cape.
So I guess
Yeah,
There
we got
we
him
go.
stuck
Nice.
in there. And he even left us. He went upstairs to heaven.
So I guess an auto-scroller would be a good time for a donation.
Sure.
Yeah, we have a $5 donation from Mineral115, who's in chat at the moment. A shout out to Link Boss for being a cool dude. And for the runner and buddies for being both entertaining and engaging. Keep it up, Akisto LOLOLOLOL. Donation goes towards chat's choice. So chat, if you see a donation incentive, just go to the donate page and you'll see put this towards. If you see something you like, just let us know in chat and we'll apply that.
Alright, final switch palace here. Can we get the yum?
Nope. Ah! I'm terrible at jumping.
It's okay.
At least
we got one.
We got one.
We got to see a yump. That's all that matters. It's just style points. We're already killing all the Yoshis, so. Can we get a Buzzy Cradle here?
No, I don't know how to do those.
Just dupe the left block and then throw the shell in the middle.
I'm scared of that. I've seen auto blues get hit while doing it.
Okay, that's valid. That's a valid point then.
When I swag, I try not to do dangerous swag.
Yeah, that's actually something that Brams in particular tends to do in this level. Like, he goes for
I've
very
lost
risky swag.
a world record to this stage while swagging, so I learned my lesson.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
It was just a 2-second improvement or so, but still. He's stuck now. He's not walking upwards.
Poor guy.
For those in chat wondering how to donate, just go to speedrun.com. Shout out to speedrun.com, by the way. Speedrun.com/ESA2017/donate. And just put in your comment hashtag second stream or hashtag stream2, whatever, and we'll find it and we'll read your donation here live on stream. And all donations are going to the Save the Children Foundation.
I just accidentally clipped that yellow block.
Alright, so now we're gonna be...
Ghost house.
Yeah.
Fly over.
But yeah, after that we're gonna be finishing up World 3, finally.
Yes. Finally some fun stages.
World 3 is actually a really cool world. It's got like a few of the harder stages. And because they're like a bunch of cave stages, they're not flyovers.
The next stage is a water stage where we'll be carrying a Buzzy Beetle, but we have to reset the Buzzy Beetle because Buzzy Beetle wakes up after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, unlike a Koopa, you can't take a Buzzy Beetle out of its shell, so it'll always wake up. So basically you want to let go of it and then spin it with the cape in order to kind of knock it unconscious again and then pick it up again. All as fast as possible, because you want to hold on to it as long as possible in order to swim quickly.
So when you're swimming or walking up a vine, you don't lose P-speed for some reason in this game. So we continued keeping our P-speed there.
Alright, very nice water section.
I'm bad at Sticky Fly, but I got it anyways.
Nice.
Let's go. It's worth noting that Sticky Fly is actually a little bit slower. Because,
Unless you get 51 fly.
Yeah. No, like you can get flight earlier if you don't get.
Oh yeah, yeah,
sticky
that's
fly.
true. That's true.
You can bump into the ceiling at the
That's
start
very
of the room.
true. I'm not going for the 2-frame takeoff.
Yeah, you can take off in between those two areas. It's not worth it.
I think Paco does it in his runs.
Oh, he may. Sounds like something he'd do.
I mean, if you find it consistent, then why not?
I'm like okay at it, but it's still not something that I think is worth going for. Especially not at my level anyway.
So that's like a 1 or 2 frame takeoff while you're entering that door.
Very nice.
This is one of the most difficult stages in the game.
Yeah, it's made a little bit easier by the fact that Special World has already been completed. So in the... well, I don't know room numbers in this level, but basically after coming out of the bonus game.
Not sure if you count the bonus game as a room.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I think this is 1 room, right? This level, technically. Or is it 2?
It's 1.
Yeah, it's 1 room, okay. There, we're going to pick up Yoshi, and then this shell is usually... That's okay. This shell is usually red, but now that we've completed special, it's blue, so we just use Yoshi to fly through this section.
So we do raft skip.
Yeah, you raft skip Yoshi, Yoshi Wings version. It simplifies things a lot.
Because we have nothing better to do, so we can drop the power up.
Are we doing 1 tile fly here?
Yes. Ooh, I had a bad bullet bill.
Pidgeot Bill.
Yeah, even after completing Special World, then once you get the end credits, I think some of the names have changed, haven't they?
Yeah, they do.
What is the piranha plant changed to?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
I actually don't know. I think it's like,
Pumpkin plant?
I think it's something like in reference to a jack-o'-lantern or something.
Oh, yeah, that's
All
right.
the Japanese names are so weird anyways.
Yeah, they are. My favorite is Fugumanen.
What about Magnum Killer?
Magnum Killer's good too. They've got some top tier names.
I think
I
they just
commend.
call a bullet bill, I think they just call it a killer.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Crazy.
That looks a lot harder than it is. It's not super easy, but just not something that we would expect to see any issues with. It's actually possible to manipulate that Magic Koopa a little bit so that he doesn't get in your way in the very start.
He can still screw you over.
Yeah, it's still possible to get screwed, but it's unlikely compared to like Castle 7. This room is really cool, just taking the optimal cycles here. Killing those guys. Very nice. Alright, let's see what Lemmy does. You can actually see, like, Lemmy's feet sticking out of the bottom of these pipes here sometimes. It doesn't always seem to be the case. Like right before he comes up, so sometimes you'll be able to tell where he's going to be a little bit in advance. I think with Wendy, you can always see it, but because the pipes are like different heights here, I think it doesn't always work. But yeah, that's the last castle. So, oh yeah, now we're going to Soda Lake, right?
Cheese Bridge area and then Soda Lake.
Yeah.
And back to finishing Star World. Which is sort of weird, but
It works.
it saves time. Overworld time in my route, doing this way.
cheese bridge area is interesting. Like, this strat right here, it seems like it has to be intended by the developers. This is very well known. Like, I know that it was in Nintendo Power magazine, like, way back in the day.
It doesn't work on the PAL version.
Yeah, the PAL version is weird, because, like, the speeds are different. But
nice.
PAL version is totally weird. I could never cape on the PAL version.
yeah, like, it's almost impossible to gain height with the cape on
You
PAL.
have like a 4-frame window to cape upwards.
Doing that consistently is rough.
But on the other hand, when you're dive bombing with the cape on the PAL version, you get like infinite height. Whereas in the US version, you would lose height doing a dive bomb.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Like, they didn't do a very good job porting the game over to PAL systems. The game is still mostly functional, but mainly the cape is just very broken. And also, the way that they fixed kind of Mario's speed is really weird, so you can jump much further in the PAL version. Like, in the first castle, there's a gap that you normally have to grab a grate, but on PAL you can just clear that jump. Okay, so here, this is going to be similar to that level in Chocolate Island. We're going to need to go past the regular gold tape here.
Very difficult level casually, even.
Yeah, gonna have to go under the gold tape. Can't go over it here.
Ooh, nice.
There we go.
When I was a kid, I had to use the drop Yoshi strat, where you jump
Dismount,
up and
yeah.
dismount Yoshi under the exit. I thought that was the intended way.
And with that, we are done with Copper Mountain.
Alright, Soda Lake. Oh, you're actually gonna swim through Soda Lake.
Yes, I find it easier.
Yeah, so there's two different strats here. Most people usually go under Soda Lake, because you can actually swim underneath those platforms at the bottom. Like, there's the death plane is pretty far down, and there's no tiles down there, so you can just swim under it. But yeah, some people they prefer to swim through, because it can be quite easy to get caught on some of the ledges when trying to swim under.
That's why I'm swimming it normally. So here I'm gonna manipulate that torpedo not to shoot right. Don't really have to do it, but it's really tight if you don't. Same thing here.
So they're called Torpedo Ted, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bullet Bill and Torpedo Ted. Bill and Ted.
they're the best of friends.
We jumped over the Bram's hole.
Yeah, you can die in that hole, and it's not pretty.
Did he do it in a run?
I haven't.
Did he?
He did, yeah.
Why did they actually put water there so you can die?
That's a very good question.
Longest stage in the game.
Hardest stage in the game.
Good job, man. Good job.
Secret exit here is actually
It's a
kinda,
fun-
yeah, it's
fun.
it's kind of challenging to do fast. Do the spin fly there. Most runners would do a regular fly, which is slightly harder. It like, barely saves time. It's just such a short distance. This level, you can either fly under or fly over. Flying under is a little faster because you can get flight earlier, but it's also a little bit harder because you need to manage your height really well.
Yeah, I take safety so far into a run.
Yeah, definitely makes
Like
sense.
3 or 4 frames.
But yeah, for the secret exit, you do have to fly under pretty much. You can fly over, but it's arguably harder because you can't really see what's going on.
And I spin fly the secret exit.
Oh, interesting. I've not seen this strat.
It's the old strat that everyone was using.
Ah.
Almost.
Oh yeah, you have the green switch, so that makes sense.
So I grab a shell there to open up the block faster, because key is not active until 20 frames after it popped up.
Time for another quick donation here.
Yes.
Yeah, we got another $5 donation from Mineral115. And another donation on behalf of Pink Fluffy GGS to help out with the Proud Cloud blindfolded effort. Got a question for Akisto. What's your current PB? Cheers, gents.
122.57.
Okay, and where can one go if they want to look up your PBs?
Speedrun.com.
Speedrun.com, eh? Thanks, I'll check that out. Thanks again for your donations, guys.
The world record is 122.41.
Yeah, by Green Death Flavor. Alright, I'm gonna be seeing a sandbar here.
Maybe. Hopefully.
So what he's going to do is a 2-frame trick. Oof.
Messed up the easiest part.
If he times it right, if he jumps at just the right time, he can actually clip into the yellow sandbar, I guess.
Yeah, call it the sandbar.
It's coming up right here.
Nope, I jumped too early.
Yeah, that's always a real risk. It's a hard trick, but it saves like 12 seconds?
Yes, 12.8 seconds, I think. And it's pretty much needed to get a world record.
Yeah, it's quite hard to get world record without this nowadays. And you can actually do more than one sandbar clip as well. Like, there's double and even triple sandbar clip, but the subsequent clips, they save less time, I think.
They save about 4 seconds in total, the other two, I think.
Yeah.
The very last one saves like 0.5 seconds. But the two last clips are 1-framers. Second try. No, that was not that was not sandbar clip.
Yeah.
I wouldn't save. It was just a cycle skip. You would get an additional cycle skip if I got sandbar.
Is 96 exit considered the quintessential run for SMW? It's the main category for the game. Although 11 exit is more popular due to its accessibility and shorter duration.
Just this game in general is generally considered to be the Dark Souls of the Mario series.
What about Lost Levels?
Also the Dark Souls of the Mario series.
That's fair enough. Really good Valley Fort there.
Yeah.
That's a really hard level to maintain P-speed throughout.
Yeah. One of the most nerve-wracking stages when you're on a world record pace. After you get the sandbar clip.
Alright. Final level coming up.
Yes, ESA is basically the Dark Souls of speedrunning marathons.
I agree.
Alright, this is Dark Room.
Yeah, so this is the back door. It takes you straight to the dark room, whereas normally you'd have to complete 2 more rooms in the castle. Alright, and now we're going to be seeing Cape Kill, which is basically just a strat that allows you to beat Bowser very quickly. I want to be flying above him, or kind of dropping down onto him when he's throwing out the Mecha Koopas so that you instantly hit him. Like so. And then kill this guy because we want to carry a Mecha Koopa into the next phase because we're going to be doing a trick called
I
Ball
might
Skip.
have jumped early. Nope.
Oh, we're good.
Nice.
I thought I jumped early. But then again, like, the takeoffs, when you're taking off, if you have different running speeds, you're gonna jump higher up. So if you're taking off on the fastest speed, you're gonna fly up further up. Maybe that saved me.
Alright. So here we're gonna do ball skip. Now in this phase, Bowser, he's gonna drop 2 large balls in an attempt to hit Mario, and we're actually gonna hit him when he's about to drop the second ball. Just speeds up the animation a little bit. That's unfortunate.
But I think I got the ball skip, so no keeping it the
pretty
rest.
sure. No cape, it doesn't lose much time, especially if you know the strats. Good hit there.
Plip, 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 plip,
But yeah,
plip,
there's
plip, 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 plip.
Akisto opted to throw the Mecha Koopa from below there. There's also a strat where you fly above him and then drop it on top of his head for ball skip, which is what most runners would do.
Soon it's time.
Yeah, time is
Not when,
when
Peach falls down. When I hit Bowser next time.
All right, fair enough.
Not like that.
Time.
Nicely done.
Considering that death, I'm really happy with this time.
Yeah.
It would have been an insane time if I didn't die with those.
Yeah, with
wings.
yeah, tubular wings. That was really the main thing. That loses so much time, like having to go back and get a power up and a Yoshi.
Yeah, apart from that though, everything else seemed to go really
Yeah, it was a
well.
really solid run.
So someone wanted to get 2 more. I can get 2 more exits if people want to see. Hopefully, if I remember how to get the orb.
I mean, you're 4 minutes underestimate, so why not?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Hopefully, I got all the 96 exits.
You did. All right. So which 2 exits are we going to be getting here?
We're gonna get the front door and the back door.
All right.
Sadly, I don't remember much strat for Yoshi's Island 1. Might look like a casual playthrough, but hopefully I remember how to do Virus Orb.
Virus Orb is free, right?
Yeah.
Can't you, if you're gonna dupe an exit on the back door and front door, can't you get one in top secret area too?
It's difficult because when you're grabbing orb, Mario is walking off and it doesn't count as an exit.
Ah. It's actually interesting with the orb. Whether or not Mario walks depends on whether the level is a horizontal level or a vertical level. If you place it on a horizontal level, he'll keep walking to the right, but on a vertical level, such as the last room of Sunken Ghost Ship, he'll just stay still.
Yeah, that is actually interesting. Never thought about that. Good stuff, back.
Well, you were a rum maker, man.
I've dabbled. Didn't look very casual to me.
I don't know. Don't remember how to do that.
Dang.
I'll try one more.
Got the midway point.
Take your time.
It's been a while since I did any orbs. I didn't. I think I'm doing the right thing, except I didn't.
You didn't tongue there.
Yeah, exactly.
These kinds of things, it's like if you haven't done it in a while, it's easy to forget the exact inputs.
Did not get it.
I think you you undershot the coin. I'm not sure though. It's hard to tell.
So what's basically happening is there is a clapping Chuck at the very end there, and we're gonna attempt eating him with Yoshi. Normally you can't eat Chucks.
Yeah, but by spawning in the Chuck when...
There we go.
There we go. When Yoshi's eating the coin and then collecting it by Mario, like the game is like, oh, there's something on Yoshi's tongue, but because Mario collected it, it doesn't really know what to do, so then it just puts the next thing that shows up, which in this case is the Chuck, it just puts it on Yoshi's tongue. And that way Yoshi can eat the Chuck, and you can get an orb by eating a clapping Chuck. And if you eat a charging Chuck, you can get a cloud, which is used in 11 exit in the world record.
Used to.
Are we going to do the thing?
No, Cloud is used in world record. Orb used to be used.
Orb.
Orb.
So now I have to do it once more. So if you do it on a castle, you skip the entire cutscene as well. But this glitch is banned for 96 exits.
Yeah, the orb.
So otherwise, we would be orbing a lot of stages.
Yeah,
There are plenty of places you can get faster orbs as well.
there would be at least like 20 stages or something that would be orbed.
It would be like me walking back and forth to a stage getting orbs all
Yeah.
over the place. I think I moved too far. And then we have to finish a stage with a save, so you can see that we actually get the exits.
Just do like
There we go.
Donut Ghost House or something. I don't know, maybe there's something closer.
Top secret area exit would be the fastest
Yeah.
thing.
Actually, maybe like Valley Ghost House will be faster, so you don't have to go all the way through Star World.
I guess so.
But you don't have a cape.
Alright, we going to do the thing? Are we all going to do the thing?
Are we gonna do the thing?
Orb?
Alright. Dark room. So we can't drop it right there because we can't touch it.
Orb!
Also, it looks weird.
Too dark, man.
Let's see if it'll be a casual playthrough of this stage.
This is just to quickly save your game.
Yeah.
I used to always go to the Donut Ghost House to save my game. What chump I was.
I think this is faster, considering you have
Overworld
to...
movement.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's check it out. There we
98
go.
exits.
98. Alright.
Nice.
So
Well,
that's
GG,
Super Mario
man.
World. GG.
Yeah. Have any closing remarks, Pack? Oh, we're already done. Or are we?
No, we're...
Thanks for having me.
yeah.
I enjoy Super Mario World a lot. It's a very good speed game and very easy to learn.
I
Yeah.
agree.
It's a pleasure to watch. Dutch, any,
No, man. Keep watching speedruns. Keep donating for charity. We're having a good time. Let's do it.
Yeah, and remember to remember that we have 2 streams running at the moment. The other one's at twitch.tv/ESA Marathon. And yeah, if you want to see the schedule, just go to esamarathon.com/schedule. And remember to keep donating. It's all going to a good cause. Yeah.
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 You'll get a taste of your medicine. Tomorrow, I'll disappear. Tomorrow, I'm gonna lose myself with the rest of my dreams. Tomorrow, and by the time that I'm gone, maybe then you'll notice me. By the time that I'm gone, maybe then you'll notice. 'cause without you I'm drifting. Give me time. I need some more. Our story's only beginning. Tomorrow you'll get a taste of your medicine. Tomorrow I'll disappear. Tomorrow I'm gonna lose myself with the rest of my dreams. Tomorrow, and by the time that I'm gone, maybe then you'll notice me. Let's watch the sky.
So hello, this is Valley. I'm just gonna start the game now. This is a save, so that I actually can like set my own sensitivity and stuff. There's going to be a lot of things to explain really fast. So Crow is going to try that. That's Crowpax. I'm Havard. We're gonna skip this intro cutscene, and the timer doesn't start until I move for the first time, and I'll tell you when. So it's like very soon. But yeah, this is a very movement-heavy game, and there'll be a lot of stuff that depends on how well I do. And we start.